Happy Sunday,
Hey,
day
everyone.
8 of the Happiness Challenge, and we are happy.
Hey.
And hope
Hopefully you are too.
are happy too. You know, we're just coming out of this darkness, this dark time
Yeah.
that was so hard for so many. And
Yeah, I was out and about today, and wow, was it busy. People are really wanting out. You can see that. People are out. They're mostly not wearing masks, and you're like, okay, people are done. They're done with this.
well, we're in California. They're not going to be done till June 15th.
Yes,
but
California still requires masks in most
thankfully,
places.
the numbers are down, the deaths are down, but they're not gone. And, you know, I always say your best defense against COVID-19 is your brain and your immune system. So, and did you know being happy
I did.
increases your immune system? And somebody, I don't know who, sent me this
So cute.
cool, happy,
Hence,
and I opened it up.
Do you remember Patch Adams?
Oh, they can't see this. And there's a happy cup.
Yeah, happy face.
So
You remember Patch Adams?
I do.
So his whole premise was making people laugh and making children laugh who were sick and had cancer.
And
So,
it helps your
immune
system. So now more than ever, helps your immune system, helps depression, helps relationships, and you even make more money. So I have a comment for those of you in the Happy Challenge. Literally thousands of people every day are watching. Hello from Istanbul.
That's so cool.
So cool.
Remember when we went
Lots
there?
of people love Patch Adams. Me too. Happiness is a choice.
See, I think I agree with that to some degree. I actually think it's a practice.
It's a discipline.
Discipline, it's a practice, something you do every day, just like forgiveness, just like love, just like exercise, just like your health. It's something you need to make a conscious effort to do.
And too often people practice negativity.
Well, and that's the sad thing with that is it was passed on to them in childhood. So oftentimes if you've grown up in trauma or chaos, or you just had parents who were not happy or they were depressed, they pass on those, you know, from the time you're very, very young, that's your modeling, that's what you see. You see this constant negativity and you learn that and you just continue it and you pass it on to your family.
See, Ireland, Belgium.
I know, it's so great.
Wow. That makes me happy.
Yes.
And so growing up in I have 5 sisters.
You have a great family,
Someone was always
But you have
upset
a great
about
family.
anything.
Like I remember the first time I walked into your family, I mean, it's total chaos, but chaos very different from the chaos in my family. Like it's chaos in a like very loud Lebanese, lots of food. Like it's like kind of like my big fat Lebanese family kind of way.
Did you call my family fat?
Well, no, but you know, like the big fat Greek wedding. It's like that. So my family chaos was very different. It's like someone's being murdered or there's like constant chaos. Someone's being beat up. There's someone overdosing. Yeah, it's a very different kind of chaos.
Netherlands, Nashville. Someone just
Awesome.
called us rad. North Carolina.
I can't read that. I don't have
think
my
that
glasses on. I have to
is
put my glasses
good. So I want to read one of the comments from today. Because,
Yeah, not feeling guilty that I'm happy. Yes, I love that. Being okay with being happy.
well, you know, how do you get rid of guilt? This is so super simple. And is I just want you to change. I should do this. I must do that. I ought to do this I want to do it. Or it fits my goals to do it. That is so important. This
Yeah.
is Australia.
I know. It's
This
wonderful.
is so important because if you grew up with a lot of guilt, I grew up with a lot of guilt. And was guilt a big thing in your family?
Yes. Yeah, it was. But I think the thing that was just so prevalent above everything was survival. And so that was more of a secondary thing because it was just more like, what crap, pardon my French, but what is going to go on today? Like, what do I have to like hide from today? Was way more prevalent.
Well, guilt was big in my family. Should do this, must do this, have to do.
Well, my grandmother was very strict Roman Catholic Lebanese, so yeah, of course. But I think people learned how to sort of like skirt around her and just not tell her what was going on.
But, you know, it's been such a common theme in many of my patients. In my book, Your Brain is Always Listening, I talk about the should and shaming dragon. And I just learned over the years, know what you want. So important. Know what you want. And that's what we're doing in the Happiness Challenge. If you haven't signed up, 30dayhappinesschallenge.com. I'll put the link when we're done. And we're going through values, purpose, and goals. And if what you think you should do doesn't fit your values, your purpose, or your goals, don't do it. And, you know, I used to feel bad. It's like, well, I should go see my dad. And today's Sunday, and Sunday is when I typically do that. Well, when you feel guilty about something or you think you should do something, you don't do it.
Right.
Because it just makes you feel bad. And so if you just shift that a little bit, I should do this, to I want to do that, or it fits my goals to do that, then you do it and you don't feel bad.
Just thinking doing that is going to get me what I want. It's going to get me that happiness that I desire. Well, that will help you.
And people think of happiness as selfish, but in many ways it's selfless, because when you're unhappy, that has a big negative impact
if you grew up in a house
the
like
people
mine,
you care about.
Yeah, if you grew up in a house like mine where people were not only unhappy, they were pretty miserable, and there was just a lot of chaos. Yeah, that has a very negative impact, believe it or not, on your physical health, on your mental health, your physical health, and you actually die an average of 20 years earlier, according to Dr. Nadine Burke-Harris. If you've grown up
so does that mean
you're gonna
too young for you?
You're too young for me. So yeah.
Let me read this comment from today. I love looking beyond myself. I have always had severe anxiety, particularly illness related. It has led me to hurt people I love dearly. I now work as a CNA in assisted living. Who knew I'd be capable? And I love it. I also attend counseling. A few years ago, I was in a session talking about patient care, and the words, "you just have to remember to think beyond yourself," popped out of my mouth. It wasn't planned or premeditated. The counselor was like, "That's really good." And I was like, it was, wasn't it? I've held on to that phrase since then. I love looking beyond myself. Because when you're just doing happiness things just for you, you can be happy for an hour. But when you do it for someone you care about, you could be happy for a much longer period of time.
I have several people actually commenting that they have read my book or have my book and are going to start it, and that makes me happy. So sharing my story was hard for me, but knowing that other people might benefit from it, that makes me happy. So thank you.
The Relentless Courage of a Scared Child. It has over 152 reviews on Amazon, and I'm so proud of you. You're getting an award coming up. We should invite people. Where is it?
They have to be local. It's at the Balboa Bay Club in Newport Beach. So yeah, we're going to be there on June 4th. So you can look it up. Laura's House is sponsoring it.
laurashouse.org, right?
Yeah. So it's Brighter Futures. And yeah, it's really great. They're trying to break the cycle for the next generation.
And I get to introduce you, which makes me happy to go and support my honey. So if you haven't joined the Happiness Challenge, do it. We're going through the 7 secrets, 7 neuroscience secrets, decisions, 7 questions, and we're going to go over and over them. The reason it's 30 days is it takes a while, right? You have to create new neurons.
Yeah, you didn't go work out once. Those of you who exercise understand this. You don't go work out once and think, oh, I'm done. No, you have to do it like consistently. It takes consistent effort over time. And that's how I think of happiness and forgiveness, by the way. And if you can't forgive someone, if you're stuck in something in the past, that is actually connected to your happiness. Because if you can't forgive, it actually makes you less happy. It actually affects your health in a very negative way. And that's why I'll often say to people, when people say, but I can't because they don't deserve it, that's not the question. It's not the point. It's not the right question. The question is, do you deserve it? Do you deserve for you to forgive that person who hurt you? Because you're the one suffering. And you're the one whose happiness is being affected if you don't forgive.
So what is it? If you hold on to hatred, it's like drinking poison and expect the other person to be hurt.
To die, yeah.
Yeah, it doesn't work like that.
No.
Oh, did you see the news? I sent you that story yesterday. It was so sad. I know we're talking about happiness, but don't flip people off on the highway. It's really important. This happened actually very close
right near us
to our house. It made national news that apparently this guy was driving erratically and cut someone off, and the mom in the car flipped him off. And the guy in the passenger seat turned around and shot at them and ended up killing a 6-year-old boy in the back seat of the car. And I have talked about road rage for many, many years. When somebody cuts me off, I might say a bad word in my head, but then I leave it alone.
Yeah.
Why? Because they're seriously unbalanced people out there who have guns. And so you want to be thoughtful, careful. And when someone's acting erratically, don't react, just give them more space. And you often say that because you pick up on negative cues way faster than I do.
I have eyes in the back of my
like,
head.
that person's drunk or that person's...
No, it drives people around me crazy. But if you grew up in chaos, you understand what I'm saying. I can spot someone who's not acting right from a mile away before anyone else does. I can see it behind me because I'm always looking behind me. But I can see when someone's not driving right. And it's like, just get away. Slow down, get away.
Right. So rather than engage in the craziness, just take a step back and give them space.
Like I'll just get off the freeway sometimes.
So important.
Yeah.
Anyways, we are going for a walk.
It's beautiful
makes me
here, finally.
happy today.
Yeah.
It's like 67 degrees and the sun's out, and we are going to go be together. But we wanted to say hi. We're in the middle of a 30-day happiness challenge. Sign up, join if you haven't. It's free. 30-day happiness.challenge.com.
Yep,
Have a
someone's
great day,
saying
everybody.
100% they have 6th sense when you grow up in chaos. Yep, totally do. But you can use it positively. You don't have to use it to always be afraid. You can use it in a positive way. It protects you. So, yeah, use that.
So you absolutely, someone's asking if I can go to sober living if I never had a problem with alcohol, but have really benefited